Welcome to Students Voting for Democracy 2022 election, grades kindergarten through 2. Students who go to school in Henderson County Public Schools will be practicing how to vote in a pretend election during October and November when they participate in a Henderson County program called Students Voting for Democracy. We hope every student from kindergarten through 12th grade will vote. We Americans have the right and responsibility to vote when we turn 18. Students need to practice being good citizens, and that means not only voting, but learning about the candidates and issues before you vote. Parties equal teams. There are two big parties that many Americans belong to. These parties are not like birthday or Halloween parties. They are like teams. One is called the Democratic Party, and the other the Republican Party. The Democratic Party has a donkey for its mascot, and the Republican Party has an elephant. There are also much smaller parties, such as the Libertarian Party and Green Party. United we stand. Parties support the best persons they can find to be their candidates to run for offices such as president and senator. When party members compete against each other, they must abide by the same rules, just like sports team members. Even though each party has different ideas of what ways are the right ways to make our country strong, all parties want to make our country, the United States of America, the best it can be. The President of the United States of America. The President of the United States of America is the leader of our country. A president is elected by citizens every 4 years. President Biden and Vice President Harris were elected in 2020, only 2 years ago, so we will not be voting for a president and vice president this year. There will not be another election for President of the United States for another 2 years. The President lives and works at the White House in Washington, D.C. The United States Congress. An important duty of the President is to make sure that all the people in our country follow the rules or laws of our country. The laws of our country are made by our senators and representatives in the Capitol building. This is called the Congress. It is the part of the United States government that makes the laws. Every state has 2 senators. The 2 senators are elected for 6 years, but in different elections. Senator Tom Tillis has 4 years left in his term. Senator Richard Burr is retiring after serving for 18 years, so voters will vote for a new senator to replace him. Senators represent all the people in their state. They go to Washington, D.C. to vote on the laws. The picture on the left is the Capitol building in Washington, D.C., where senators and representatives work. Candidates for United States Senate for North Carolina. Matthew Hoh is the Green Party candidate for U.S. Senate. He served in the United States Marine Corps from 1998 to 2008 and is a disabled veteran. He worked in the United States government on war policies in Afghanistan and Iraq. He lives in Wake Forest. Cherry Beasley is the Democratic Party candidate for United States Senate. She has worked as a lawyer to represent people accused of crimes. She was elected as a judge to the North Carolina Court of Appeals and the North Carolina Supreme Court. She lives in Raleigh. Shannon W. Bray is the Libertarian candidate for United States Senate. He served in the United States Navy. He worked for the Department of Defense. He has worked in software development, information security, and management. He lives in Apex. Ted Budd is the Republican Party candidate for United States Senate. He is a representative for North Carolina in the United States House of Representatives. He also owns a gun range and store in Rural Hall, North Carolina. He lives on a farm in Davie County. Students voting for democracy issues. People in the United States of America are often asked how they feel about certain things or issues. People in our government pay attention to their answers so they can work to find out what to do about the issues people care about. You will be asked to vote on one issue on the next slide. After studying this issue and asking your friends and family what they think about this issue, make up your mind which way you will vote on it and vote. Learn about the issue, think about it, vote for or against the issue. Students voting for democracy issue number 1. Kids should have recess every day, even on PE days. You can vote for or against the issue. And this concludes the PowerPoint presentation for kindergarten through grade 2, students voting for democracy.